Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Coast to Coast Sports. My name is Levi, and today we're going over some early MLB. Just looking at some early stuff that's happening in the MLB. We're gonna look at the standings, look at the stat leaderboards, and I'm gonna give you guys my takes on if I think some starts are sustainable, if I don't, and just kind of how I'm feeling as we are now 1/40th of the way through the MLB season. So checking out right off the bat, going to the standings page, we're gonna look at just what teams are off to a hot start. You got the Yankees off to a very hot start at 4-0. I obviously, not to toot my own horn, I did pick them to win the AL East and to be the number one seed, and so far so good, right? They're looking pretty sharp. Baltimore obviously are off to a decent 2-1, and then the Sox, Blue Jays, and Tampa Bay Rays all at 2-2. I think ultimately this is going to shake out with the Sox falling into last place in this division. I think Tampa and Toronto are definitely in the mix for wild card teams. Baltimore and the Yankees should battle for that division, in my opinion, for the entire season. Yankees, Juan Soto's off to a really nice start, and I really like the way this team is shaping out to be. Also, kudos to their rotation with both Rodon and now I'm blanking on him, but the other guy, the guy who was new to the rotation, Stroman, both having really good first outings with them. Going to the Central, the Tigers are 3-0, and I don't think the Tigers are going to win this division, but they did get off to a nice start. They swept the White Sox, so good for them. Cleveland, they're 3-1. Again, nice start for the Guardians. Excuse me. Not really something I was expecting. And then you got the Twins at 2-1 and the Royals at 1-2. The Tigers, their pitching staff has been really good. I don't think that's going to last. Probably not, but I mean, the White Sox are not that good, so that's why the Tigers got off to that kind of start that they did. And then in the West, you got the Rangers sitting at 2-1, the Mariners 2-2, and then this big surprise: the Astros are 0-4. They got swept by the Yankees, of course. I think the Astros are going to bounce back. They play Toronto, and they play Toronto next. I'm assuming they'll win at least one there, and they're going to start picking up games. They're going to get some wins against the A's, the Angels, stuff like that, right? The Astros will win more games. And I do think that the Mariners, I like the Mariners at 2-2. They kind of a slow start offensively, but their pitching looks really good. Obviously that -4 differential. And the A's at 1-3, already with a -18 run differential. Yikes. Going to the NL, pretty predictable over here. The Marlins and the Mets are winless. Okay, it makes sense. They both are not very good. The Nationals are 1-3, the Phillies 1-2, and the Braves at 3-1. They are off to a really good start with that +22 run differential, and I believe that is the best. Yes, it is. That is the best in the majors, as you'd expect from the Braves. They're the best team in baseball right out of the gate. But the Pirates have something to say about that. Pittsburgh, remember, they got off to a really hot start last year, and they're off to another really hot start this year. Is it going to last? It would be awesome for them if it does. They're 5-0 right now. They won today already. However, it's the Pirates. It's hard for me to really predict that they are going to stay this hot. Also, the Brewers, who are not supposed to be good this year, they're 3-0 as well. Kind of surprising. The Reds are 2-1. The Cubs are 2-2, and the Cardinals, last place right now at 1-3, and they are already, yikes, falling into a bit of a hole in this division. 3.5 games back. Them and the White Sox are the furthest out of it already. And then in the NL West, you got the D-backs leading that division actually at 3-1. The Dodgers are 4-2. I'm sure the Dodgers will continue to improve. They play the Giants today, so that's a nice little rivalry series. Padres are 3-3, and the Giants at 2-2, followed by the Rockies, who are already well in last place at 1-4. So yeah, not a lot of surprises, honestly. The big surprises is that in the NL Central, you got the Pirates and the Brewers both undefeated. And then the Tigers undefeated as well. Those are kind of my big surprises. And then as far as teams that are bad, right, the Astros at 0-4 is pretty shocking. But, really not surprising to see teams like the Marlins, the Mets, the Rockies, the Cardinals, the A's and Angels, the White Sox. Those teams are not supposed to be good, and they are already off to really slow starts. So, guys, we're going to move over to the stats. I'm going to just check out, who's leading in certain categories right now. In games, it's going to be a lot of Dodgers and Padres. Yeah, Azekar, Betts, Bogarts, and that's because they've played more. Leading the league in at-bats right now is Shohei Ohtani, as you'd expect, the highest paid player in the league, and he does lead the league in at-bats. So, good for him, right? You'd hope the highest paid player in the league should be seeing the ball the most times. And also leading the team in runs, another Dodger, got Mookie Betts. And again, these are kind of inflated because the Dodgers have played 6 games. Most other teams have only played 4. Mookie Betts, though, with 9 runs scored, he's off to a really good start. And, if you want to say the Mookie Betts for MVP train has already taken off. And then Teoscar Hernandez at 7. Connor Joe leading the non-Dodgers and Padres with 7 runs scored. So good for him, the first baseman on the Pirates. You got guys like Acuna, Albies, Xander Bogaerts, Michael Conforto with 6, Lourdes Gurriel, Andres Jimenez off to a nice start, as well as guys like Steven Kwan, Ketel Marte, rookie Jackson Merrill off to a nice start for his Rookie of the Year campaign, and Michael Taylor also for the Pirates with 6 runs scored, as well as Adley Rutschman. So a lot of familiar faces there. Betts also leading the league in hits, followed by Will Smith. The highest, again, look at this, Brian Hayes on the Pirates with 9 hits already. Their offense off to a nice start. And Juan Soto with the Yankees also with 9 hits already. He's hitting .529, but we'll get to the averages in a sec. Xander Bogaerts with 8. Then you got Jake Berger with 8 hits already for him. Lourdes Gurriel, Connor Joe, Max Muncy, Brian Reynolds, Michael Taylor. So, yeah, a lot of, again, familiar faces, familiar names, but some surprises. I mean, Connor Joe, Michael Taylor off to this good of starts. Kind of surprising. Leading the league in doubles is Orlando Arcia. He has 4 doubles in 4 games. Connor Joe also 4 doubles in 5 games. And then you got Will Benson, 3 doubles in 4 games for the Cincinnati Reds. Brian Hayes has 3 doubles. Matt Olson with 3. Brian Reynolds with 3, and Brian Rocchio, I don't even know who that is, for the Guardians with 3 doubles, as well as Bobby Witt. And does anyone have multiple triples? No, but quite a few players have a triple. You got guys like Bobby Witt, Estuary Ruiz, you'd expect this, Ceddanne Rafaela, Christopher Morel. Yohan Moncada, bit of a surprise to see him checking in with a triple because he's not that fast of a player, but a lot of these guys you'd expect. Parker Meadows, the rookie Wyatt Langford for the Rangers, as well as Josh Young, Nolan Jones, Gunnar Henderson, obviously, Ellie De La Cruz. Yeah, these are a lot of fast players. Joe Adell, CJ Abrams. Yeah, these guys are all fast. They all know how to move. Mookie Betts already leading the league with 4 home runs in 6 games. I expect that he will cool off, but still, really good start for him. Lourdes Gurriel, 3 homers in 4 games for the D-backs. Look at that. Teoscar Hernandez, newcomer to the Dodgers, with 3 homers already. And then a bunch of guys with 2, Ozzy Albies, Rosarena, Cabrera, Chapman, Conforto, J.D. Davis with 2 home runs as a newly member of the Oakland A's. Michael Garcia, Adolis Garcia, as well as Josh Young, Machado, Martini, Nick Martini. He homered twice on opening day. Tyler O'Neill for the Red Sox, and it goes all the way down. Mike Trout already has 2 as well. You know who I don't see on the home run leaderboard is Shohei Ohtani. Mookie Betts also leads the league in runs batted in, but for the non-Dodgers category, it's Lourdes Gurriel. So again, he's off to such a hot start after signing that new contract this offseason. Good for him. Brian Reynolds with 8 runs batted in for the Pirates. Santander with the Baltimore Orioles, 8 runs batted in as well. And then you see guys like Martini, Machado, Cronenworth, Jake Berger, Ozzy Albies. This list will change a lot, but yeah, really, really impressive to see Lourdes Gurriel off to the start that he has, and I think he can sustain that. He has had some really good success last year. He's continuing to improve as a player. Look out for Lourdes Gurriel in 2024. Mookie Betts again with the lead in walks, followed by Corbin Carroll and surprisingly Evan Carter. Evan Carter has a nice eye apparently. You know who I'm not seeing at all on any of these leaderboards is my Seattle Mariners. Love that. Teoscar Hernandez does lead the league in strikeouts, and again, yeah, Teo and Max Muncy leading the league in strikeouts is very predictable. Those guys, they do both tend to strike out a lot, but so far paying off because they both have an OPS over 900. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. They're still producing, even though they are striking out a lot. And there's my first Mariner on the list, Jorge Polanco, 7 strikeouts. He's 9th. Multiple stolen bases for Bryce Turang. Holy smokes. He's already got 4 steals and no caught stealings. Look out for Bryce Turang on the base paths this season. CJ Abrams as well has 3, and Jose Siri has 3. Again, of course, a lot of fast guys. Trey Turner, Christian Yelich, Lane Thomas, Victor Robles, Ellie De La Cruz, Jarren Duran, Corbin Carroll, all with 2 steals on the season, and that makes sense for all of them. All right, going to the rate stats. Who leads league in batting average? It is Jared Kelenic of the Atlanta Braves. Talk about surprises. This is definitely probably not going to hold up. He's hitting .545 right now. He's 6'4", 11. And remember, Kelenic had that really hot start last year as well, and then he pretty much fell way, way off By about May, he can completely fallen off all the leaderboards. And I don't expect Jarred Kelenic to have this great of a season. I don't think he's gonna sniff the top of this leaderboard when it's all said and done. But good for him. Hey, he's hitting 545. Congrats. Juan Soto hitting 529. He's in second place, and I do think he is going to be towards the top of this list when it's all said and done. Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, Bobby Witt. These are guys who you'd expect to have really good starts to the season. Lourdes Gurriel hitting 471. Bit of a surprise to see Michael Taylor this high. I don't think that's going to last. And I also don't think Trey Lipscomb hitting 455 is going to last. Will Smith is at 455. That could keep up. Bryce Terang. How about Jesse Winker? Jesse Winker's hitting 455 this year after, he hit like 180 last year. So good for him, bouncing back with the Nationals. Christian Yelich, former MVP, hitting 455. Patrick Bailey, 444. Love how that start for him. And then further down the list, you see guys like Michael Harris, Yainer Diaz, Suarez hitting 429, bit of a surprise. Jake Berger at 421. Francisco Alvarez for the Mets, look at him getting off to a nice start. And there's the rookie Jackson Chourio for the Brewers, big part of why they're undefeated. He is 5 for 12. He's hitting 417 so far. Josh Naylor, Ozzie Albies, Christopher Morel, and going all the way down, we're going to see how many players right now are over 400. And right now, there are there's 31 players who are hitting over 400, finally, with Volpe, Pena, O'Neill, Ian Happ, Jimenez, and Conforto are all right there. And there's a bunch more guys who are over 300. In fact, if you go all the way down this list, there right now are 73 guys who are hitting over 300, including Byron Buxton. Good for him, getting off to a nice little start. Love to see it for Byron Buxton. Hopefully he can stay healthy this year. All right, moving on to the on-base percentage. Look at who is leading the league in on-base percentage. It's Mookie Betts, 621. And there's Jarred Kelenic with that 583 on base. Juan Soto. Jesse Winker, 571. He is 4th place in on-base percentage, and so is the second-year player for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. Wow, I mean, this is a solid list. This is a solid list. I like a lot of these names up here. Bobby Witt, Tyler O'Neill, Corey Seager. And there's Patrick Bailey with that 545 on-base percentage. Is he the next Buster Posey? I don't think so. I think he's going to cool off. But, again, nice start. Good to see for him. And then for slugging percentage, Bobby Witt Jr. leading the league in slugging percentage. He has 2 homers, 3 doubles, and a triple already. He has 6 extra base hits. How about that? Mookie Betts, Lourdes Gurriel, Tyler O'Neill, Josh Young at that 938 slugging. Michael Conforto, Oswaldo Cabrera. Yeah, again, a lot of names you'd expect to see on here and a couple that you wouldn't. Guys like J.D. Davis and Oswaldo Cabrera, I don't expect that is going to keep up throughout the season, but it's fun to look at that, and, who knows. And then going to the OPS leaderboards, we see that right now there are a grand total of 41 players who are OPSing over 1,000, and that's obviously not going to last when we have a total of 72 players who are OPSing over 900, including Mitch Haniger. Look at that. Mitch Haniger, former Mariner, back with the Mariners, playing well. Good to see Byron Buxton and Luis Robert off to hot starts, same as Manny Machado. A lot of guys off to really good starts this season. Going over to guys who are off to the really hot starts, of course, Mike Trout over 1,000, Bryce Terang at 1,000, Spencer Steer, Ke'Bryan Hayes, and there's Teo at 1.016, and there's Corey Seager at 1.038, and there's Eugenio Suarez at 1.081, Taylor Ward. A lot of these guys are not going to last, but some of them could. Vlad Guerrero, good to see him off to a nice start. He struggled a lot last year. And then for the top of the league, of course, Bobby Witt Jr. leading the league in OPS. Could he be on track for his first MVP of his career? Then Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts, again, like I said, the Betts for MVP train, that train has already left the station. Gurriel again, Tyler O'Neill. So this is all the guys who we've seen off to really hot starts. Conforto, Young, Volpe. And there's Oswaldo Cabrera at 9th place in OPS right now. And further down the list, we got another J.D. Davis. How is he 10th in OPS? Ozzie Albies, Yelich, former MVP, Harris, former Rookie of the Year. Trey Lipscomb, I, again, don't think it's going to last, and neither do I think Kelenic with that 1.219 OPS. Is that going to last? I kind of doubt it, but, we'll see. And Jesse Winker as well with a 1.116 OPS. All right, we're going to move over a couple more Offensively, who leads the league in extra base hits? It is Mookie Betts and Bobby Witt. It's more impressive for Witt because he's done it in 16 plate appearances, where Betts has done it in 29. And Betts does lead the league in plate appearances. He's actually tied, right, actually, with Brian Hayes, Shohei Ohtani, and Brian Reynolds with 29 plate appearances each. And total bases, who leads the league there? It is Mookie Betts with 25 total bases. He is lapping the field right now. Gurriel and Bobby Witt coming in second and third. All right, I want to go to the pitching side of things. Right now, look at these guys who leading the league in ERA. We've got Shane Bieber, 0 ERA, great first start for him. Paul Blackburn, Cutter Crawford, Dane Dunning, Jordan Hicks. Look at all these guys. I mean, Lance Lynn, Seth Lugo off to a great start. George Kirby, love to see it for the Mariners, off to a great start. Frankie Montas, with his new team, off to a fantastic start. Charlie Morton, Reese Olson, is that going to last? Probably not. Marcus Stroman, Christopher Sanchez with the Phillies, and Zach Wheeler. So a lot of guys off to really nice starts for pitching-wise. Has anyone thrown a complete game? No. On the saves leaderboard, we got Clay Holmes for the Yankees already as 3 for 3. Jason Foley, Evan Phillips, Robert Suarez, and Abner Uribe. All of them are 2 for 2. And Abner Uribe filling in very admirably for the Brewers, obviously without Devin Williams right now. Leading the league in innings pitched is Tyler Glasnow with 2 starts and a 2.45 ERA. Not many players have made 2 starts. In fact, I believe these are the only 3, Glasnow, Darvish, and Musgrove. And they are all, of course, leading the league in starts. And Musgrove off to a bad start, but Darvish and Glasnow off to very good starts. So, again, good to see out of them. We've got Zach Eflin, Kenta Maeda, Bailey Ober, and Zach Thompson. They've all already allowed 3 home runs. They really got to cool off. And again, the ERAs is going to look hilariously funny right now. Bailey Ober with a 54 ERA. He's obviously going to improve. And so will all of these guys. All of these guys who have given up a bunch of home runs, their ERAs will improve. Leading the league in walks right now is Michael King, the Padres' new starter, with 10 walks already. And that 6.14 ERA does not bode well for him. AJ Puck, this guy really, he's still in the league. I feel like AJ Puck has been around for a long time. I guess not, he's only 28. AJ Puck, though, with 6 walks and an 18 ERA. And then, Jose Leclerc, 27 ERA. Look out for that. Strikeouts, you got Shane Bieber, Corbin Burns, Michael King, and Bobby Miller leading the league in strikeouts. And, 3 of those guys you'd expect to be on this list. Michael King, maybe not. Bit of a shock. And then Darvish, he benefits from having already made 2 starts. Jared Jones for the Pirates with 10 strikeouts. Look for him. He in 5 2/3 of an inning as well. Nick Pivetta, Brady Singer also checking in with 10 strikeouts. Good stuff out of them. And leading the league in whip is Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns, new member of the Orioles, and Sean Manaea, new member of the Mets, who went 5 shutout innings in his first start as a New York Met with a 0.20 whip. So, guys, these are just a few of the statistics from the MLB season. I'm not going to go into a lot of the rest of these right now. We're still very early, and obviously these are going to change. They're going to change a lot. They're going to change a ton over the course of the season. But it's always fun to kind of do this early season check-in and see who's off to a hot start and who is not off to a hot start and who is playing really well and who isn't, which teams and as such. But, yeah, some of these are going to be sustainable. Most of them aren't. With that being said, guys, leave a comment down below. I want to hear, what is your most surprising stat that you've seen over the first 4 games, or for a couple of teams, the first 6 games in the season? I want to hear that, guys. Let me know down below in the comments what surprised you the most from this video. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one. This is Coast to Coast Sports. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.